honestly, because you hear more about it.
We live. Burnem and OG in the morning.
Burnem and OG in the morning.
102.5 FM.
Turn up.
Turn up. Wake up. I tell you, get money. I get up, get the money, baby. Bring you the news you can use. Let you know what's going on in the community. Man, law, health, business, and hygiene. We're gonna show you who the hottest in the streets is. We're gonna bring you the greatest moments of hip hop. Put you up on game. Then we gonna go to your favorite barbershop. Get all the gossip of the week and the No Offense interview show. Y'all stay tuned. We live.
All right. We are here. We are live. Burnem OG in the morning, uncut.
Right.
And we right to it. You know what I'm saying?
We going in.
The Nashville bombing, is that what we calling it?
Yeah.
Nashville bombing with the RV. I was just telling my man, first shout out to DJ Eleazar in here with me holding it down. Yeah. Now, I was just telling him how when the story broke, there wasn't a picture, and everyone know that there wasn't a picture, so everyone's like, you know, where's the picture? Right. And when I was in the comments section, the biggest were like already in defense of it being a white guy. It's kind of like I say, it's Nashville, it's an RV. They like, wow, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then they put out the picture of the guy, and it's a 63-year-old black dude.
Wow.
Anthony Quinn Warner. I'm looking for the story up. It's so far down because I was just so ahead with the story. And on that note, y'all remember to join the 102.5 FM, the Post page, and keep up with the news. Because like I said, we keep it updated. Now I'm looking for the picture of this guy. And okay. Release photo. Nashville police release photo of RV. This is CBS. I like to cite the source. So when they put up this guy's picture, I'm looking for the picture. Now there's a video, but they ain't got to the picture. But they released the picture. And I'm having the heart. And they say he blew himself up. Conveniently, he was blown up in the explosion because they were saying they found human. And they were saying all this. And like I say, it's rare I agree with bigots. You know what I'm saying? But even they were like, that was a little fast. They identified him a little fast. They like, the human, how did they determine that the human remains was his that fast? And, you know, it was just kind of like, it was all this, like, oh, it's all right here. Someone left a note. And you know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. Here's the picture of the guy, here's a note. And because lastly, they were at the so-called home of the suspect.
Right, yep, I saw that. When they were invading dude's privacy.
Right. And so I don't know how they got a suspect that fast. And like I say, a lot of people, like even people you wouldn't expect to be skeptical, or kind of like, it's a little too convenient, you know, because it was like all the same day. You know what I mean? It just happened Christmas, right? Quick, and by the next day, they knew who he was. They were, or was it the same day even? They were at his home. Excuse me. This was 3 days ago when they released the, so that's Christmas.
Yeah. It was, Christmas Day is when the explosion happened in the morning.
Right, so that would be 3 days ago, right?
So then later in the day they were there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
they had already had them because this story is dated 3 days ago, and it says they released the photo, so they had a photo the same day.
Yeah. Well, check it out though. So where he went and parked the RV supposedly, there was a ton of surveillance cameras on multiple floors.
Right.
He was going to be seen one way or another, right?
Right.
But from what I've heard in the news, because I only saw it that day and I didn't pay no more attention until like this morning, that something had to do with the communications. He worked for like AT&T or
Yeah, it happened in front of the AT&T building.
okay.
The explosion. So you're right about that. And the photo was apparently taken from a security camera showing an RV near Commerce Street and 2nd Avenue overnight. The explosion went off in front of the building on 2nd Avenue at around 6:30 a.m. It is unclear if there was any link to either Christmas or the AT&T building or nearby Lyft headquarters.
Okay.
So they don't know what he was targeting, is what they said. Now, no, they had. This is just okay. I got a more updated story because this is just a picture of the RV.
Okay.
That's what they was.
Sort of looked like Lola.
Right. Yeah. Right. That was just the picture of the RV, but they released a picture of him. It seems like now. Let me Google it.
Okay.
Because it's like you would think it would be out there more. You would think I would just be able to
Find
scroll
right
and it's
yeah.
like right there. You know what I mean? Picture of Nashville bombing suspect.
Let's see what Almighty Google gives you.
Wait a minute. Did they put up the wrong picture?
What? Did they
wait a
redact their
minute.
statement?
Yeah, because they had a, what is this guy's name? Because now it's a white guy. He turned white overnight. I don't know what happened. Hold on, man. I'm glad we going through this because I don't want to be reporting any bullshit news. Okay. Suspect in Nashville explosion died in blast. Comes out today. So this is a current story, super current. The man, Anthony Quinn Warner. They put up the wrong picture.
Well, before?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, all my comments are wrong. I gotta go change all my comments. Like when somebody comment on it, I just got deleted. Cause then all they stuff disappeared. But yeah, it's a white guy. You should seen the picture they put up. If I swear, y'all, it was a black dude, 63-year-old black dude. I couldn't believe it.
And you
But
screenshot it?
yeah, let me put it up. And so now they got a picture of the guy, and they're saying he's responsible. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to amend my comments to be a little bit more racist. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, the bigots gonna be mad.
Right. Oh, yeah. They're like, But you know what? They don't care because just like I said, they were already making excuses for him.
Yeah.
It was already some. They were even. I've heard he was a patsy. Yes, I heard that one. He's a patsy. That he didn't do it. BLM put him up to it. They're the ones that did it. Man, what is now? I would like to know. We go read the updated story because I want to know. Matter of fact, I'll come back to it because I'm gonna get this picture to L right quick so he can post it up. But I want to know what was his motivation. It's like, man, I keep saying it, and they want to ignore the fact. How long can we ignore how dangerous these bigots are becoming?
Yeah.
I mean, really, all bullshit aside, man, for real, they are becoming, I mean, they blowing up stuff. They're always heavily armed.
Yeah.
They're storming state capitals. They have no regard for any law. If the state is ran by Democrats or the city hall or whatever, they have no problem with marching in there with guns.
Right.
None. None. Like, Democrats, let's go.
Right.
So how can we keep tolerating that?
Can't, man. There's got to be some sort of resolve.
Man, because I mean, it's kind of frightening. Let's just keep it real. Where, I mean, at any time they could blow up something, or have a shooting or some violent protest armed, and they're burning crosses and pictures and stuff. And I mean, it's getting out of hand. I was watching Saturday Night Live, and he said something that was funny, but it was true. He was like, now in the midst of those people burning crosses and pictures at black churches, when do you think, like, hey, am I the bad guy? Like, I'm actually at a church burning stuff.
Yeah.
And
like, at that point, it's like, don't you have any faith?
Right.
Like,
right.
Why are you burning stuff at the church?
And what is that to mean? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're trying to intimidate. You know these people are in there. You know they just go pray for you. You know what I mean? You picking on them. Go try to shut the mosque or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They ain't having it. Go to the bikers headquarters or somewhere, you know, where we could be like, okay, not people. You picking on people that's just go pray for you. You know what I mean? Ask the Lord to forgive you. You don't know what you doing. You know what I'm saying? And they like, yeah, we know exactly what we're doing. We're burning shit and intimidating shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
That's what we're doing. What the hell? It's like, once again, man, I have to, shout out to the black man. I mean, you're looking weaker and weaker every day. You know, because I mean, I thought about this, man. I really thought about this, where it's like, if you're a little white kid and you watch the television or the news, you see white men just looking extraordinary. They're down there, they're marching, they got their weapons, you know what I mean, their big guns, and that's just the news. They ain't even Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? In Hollywood, I'm seeing the women have really stepped it up. In Hollywood, they take a 7-foot black dude and just beat the shit out of him, you know what I'm saying? She's 5'4", you know what I'm saying? Just destroying this dude, you know what I'm saying? So it's imaging. And then you take a little black boy. What does he see on the news? Another black man murdered. Another black man beat up. Another black man choked. Another black man just him. Now he's in a dress. You know what I'm saying? Black man in a dress. Black man, what's the P Valley? You ever see that? Oh yeah, Uncle Clifford. I guess he runs the strip joint, and he runs it in drag. You know, as a woman, he's a man. You know, and it's his show. You know, what's the other guy? Billy Porter.
And this is what show?
P Valley. It's a show about a strip club.
Completely unfamiliar.
HBO, I think it is.
Okay.
And that's the images that they see.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So everything in this world is okay to be gay.
Right. And
shouts out to the new Ritz commercial.
And you know what? And it's like, man, listen. Like I say, it's just the cramming it, no pun intended, the cramming it down our throats. You know what I'm saying? Part of it. It's just, you know, and I'm just saying, just the whole overall image that us as black men have, man. We need to change the narrative and change the look.
Yeah.
We can't, because you can have a post, man, and they could be tearing down a black man.
Yep.
And there's other blacks joining in. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he ain't shit. And it's like, listen, I could feel like that. there's a thing where we don't show out in public. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I could feel that way. I could feel like this dumb motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to be out there with it when I could just be like, okay, you know what, I think like that, or I'll wait till I get around some other black and tell them the shit. You know, or some other people who, they don't even have to be black, but like-minded and ain't total bigots, you know what I'm saying? Where I can be like, man, you see what this motherfucker did, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, yeah, that's a dumb nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people that's gonna be like, yeah, that's one dumb motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There ain't gonna be no race attached, you know, to it. You know, just like I had this lady, she trying to tell me about the black man and the OGs. This how she got to it. The OGs taught all the kids to be monsters. And I'm like, where the hell did you get that from? Now, there's something, I'm always trying to clear things up for y'all. Let's clear up the OG shit. Now, first, and let me get it out, because let's not bullshit. The G is for gangster. Yeah. So you didn't have to been and done some gangster shit. Right. Now, this is the way I run through it when I'm telling kids. Let me break it down how I break it down. You cannot have been an OG without doing all the dumb, stupid, fuck shit, you know what I'm saying, that comes with the streets. You had to be a total loser at some point. Not to your peers, though, you weren't, but to society. Yeah. You know what I mean? You had to be a total scumbag, in and out of jail, you're gang banging, you're selling dope, you're doing all of that shit. You had to do it all, and then to really make you a real OG, you had to graduate from that shit. Right. You had to change it around. You had to be able to leave the streets with your sane mind, most of your body parts working, you know what I'm saying? Right. But at least you got out, you had a different frame of mind. Now you're going back and you're telling the young guys, hey man, that's bullshit. That's what makes OG to me, you know what I'm saying? Not just because you an old motherfucker, because that's the thing. You know, they calling everybody, oh, OG, man, he's just an old motherfucker. And I say that because you got these motherfuckers giving out advice as OGs and they never been through none of the stuff. Right. So you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I know it, you like, man, that sounds messed up, but it is just the way it is. But like I say, you had to graduate. You can't still be in the street doing the same shit along with them, because how is you an OG then? You just know more than them, that's it. You know what I'm saying? But you still with them, you still on that level. You ain't graduated yet. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to graduate. The G is also for graduation. You know what I'm saying? You had to graduate the fuck out of that shit. You found a better way. One of those prison trips, you said, hey man, damn, you know, wow, look how I'm living and look at these young guys. I'm older now and now I'm looking at the young guys. It was something for me to hear, for me to have all sons and to be locked up with young guys that was saying shit like, man, I hate my daddy. My daddy ain't shit. One guy was on him and his daddy had the same probation officer. And, you know, one guy, son was in another unit, and I'm like, oh, hell no. That got to be a better way. I got to teach these young guys how not to do that. Now, who better to give it to them, wait for it, who better to give it to them than a motherfucker who been through it? Right. And that's just the reality of it. I did AODA, and the ladies that I had, the first ladies, this was when I was in prison, they made it a point to tell us they were nothing like us. They never had any addictions. They've never been addicted, you know? And it was like, well, how the fuck can you relate to me? Yeah. You can't tell me nothing. You don't know nothing about, when I tell you about staying up all night and, you know, you like, wow, you looking down at me. No, I want somebody that's like, yeah, I remember those nights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can't do that. And this, you know what I mean? Somebody with some knowledge that done been there and done that and moved on. They can tell me something. You know what I'm saying? You looking your nose down on them. It's always say, I want to talk to the guy that's rich, and then I want to also talk to the guy that was rich and lost it. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna tell me how to keep it. He gonna tell me how to get it. Yeah. He gonna tell me how to keep it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Straight up. So, you know, you can't take advice, and I hate to hear them out here telling people shit like that. Hey man, put the guns down and fight, or a real man go put the gun down. Now, to a point, yeah, you get that, but that don't determine your manhood. You know what I'm saying? And then now you done told Jamal to put his gun down, so he put his gun down, but Tyrone like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Right, and he shoots Jamal like, this is not fair. The OG said you was supposed to.
Right. Rules of engagement, never us.
Right. The OG didn't tell you, hey man, use your head out here. You know what I'm saying? If he got a gun, get you one. You know what I'm saying? Don't steal him. Expect for him to put his down. Right. And then scream, it's not fair, it's not fair. Newsflash, something else your OGs done fucked you up with, the streets ain't fair.
Right.
I'm sorry. As much as you may want them to be, as much as you may want for me to put my gun down so that you can have a chance to beat me. See, now that I say it like that, don't that sound stupid? Right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really gonna give you an even chance to beat me? Come on, man. Not without a ref and a purse on the line. Right, you know what I'm saying? Me put $1,000 something up, you know what I'm saying? In order, I need an incentive to follow these rules.
Right. Think about this. You know that the old adage, you can't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Right. Exactly.
You can't bring a knife to a gunfight. Think about that for a second. You can, but 9 out of 10 times you're gonna lose.
Right. Right. Straight up. Not everybody wants to be beat up. Right. You know what I mean? Some people don't want that. They want to be able to say, I won, or at least I didn't get beat up. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I know you feel like, and I always tell people, if you feel like that's not fair, that I should put my gun down because you don't have one, the streets are not for you. Right. Stay out of them. Now you know, right? Hey, right, they know right now, you know if the streets are for you, right then and there. Like, no, I don't think that's fair. Then the streets aren't for you. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't none of this shit gonna be fair. But I tried that one. Right. The whole fighting, yeah, you know, it ended badly. You know what I'm saying? For me, you know what I mean? And right then and there, I said, wait a minute. The streets aren't fair, you know what I'm saying? Laying on the concrete with 9 bullet holes, you know, wow, he didn't fight fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, you better, look, either be all the way in or get all the way out.
Right.
Straight up. If you can't see yourself going to do 20 years in prison right now, streets ain't for you. Drug dealing, all that counts as the streets. I don't care if you live in the suburbs. Right. They're like, well, I sell my crack in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter. Jail is all that. You go when they put you in jail, you gonna be mixed in with dudes from everywhere. Yeah. Trailer homes, ghettos, projects, all of them gonna be in there. You're all the same now. You know what I mean? Don't all matter.
Lumped in together.
Right. And you gonna need some real street skills to make it amongst them animals. You know what I'm saying? Because they not gonna be in there playing fair either. I'm sorry.
So this is the dude that's allegedly the bomber.
Right. That's him.
Tennessee.
That's him.
Okay.
I had it mixed up, y'all. You know what I mean?
So the other gentleman that they had, that was a black dude.
Yeah. I think either, now I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all, because this is 102.5 FM. Either they put up the wrong picture or they had a super bad picture that made him look, because it kind of looked like him, but he was darker. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, remember that happened before. The fucking media tricks, they done made people look darker to kind of throw you off a little bit, because they made me believe he was black. That's how bad the picture was. But look at this picture. How did they get a picture that terrible and there was this picture available?
Because it's possible this might have been in his home.
Man, and I'm going to find that story, y'all, because I'm telling you, if you seen this picture, I think it was an old Vlad. I think it was Vlad's site too. But the first picture they had was crap. Now, they didn't have a lot. Now, some other stuff, they had the shooting at the bowling alley. Then they said he was a Green Beret or something like that. Active military member charged with murder, excuse me, in Illinois' bowling alley shoot. Like I say, man, they going bananas out here.
Yeah.
They are going bananas. This guy is a Green Beret. Don't hear too many of them snapping out. Green Beret, Duke Webb. Already knew his name, Duke, y'all. A 37-year-old Florida resident allegedly killed 3 people and wounded 3 others at Don Carter Lanes in Rockford, Illinois. That ain't far from here. He's been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder, police announced. Wow. I guess he got into a fight. The alleged actions, now his commander, Major General John Brennan, with the 1st Special Forces Command Airborne, issued a statement saying the alleged actions of Sergeant First Class, he was Sergeant First Class, Duke Webb, are abhorrent and absolutely not representative of the Special Forces. Wait a minute, you mean y'all don't kill people? Because I think y'all do, right? The vast majority of men and women Green Berets live up to their storied reputation and earn their beret every day. The actions described in reports are shocking and completely out of character with Webb's 12 years of honorable service. They always defend these guys. Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't a bad guy. He was, they shot a 16-year-old girl. A lot of people got shot, man. A lot of people got shot. Here's a picture of him. We got a picture of that guy, too. Look at him. He looks evil. Look. I'd have been watching him the minute he came in the bowling alley. Mother and son found dead. I mean, it's like once you start keeping up with the news, you just realize it is horrible. Now check this out. I thought this was funny. Fox News, Maria Bartiromo, or Bartiromo, I'm going to stop trying to pronounce her name, thought she was interviewing the CEO of Smithfield Foods, and it was an imposter. Now, how does this happen? You're Fox News. You're a reputable news media outlet.
Right.
And you interview an imposter. Hey, but the people posed it as these people. I mean, what's going through their head when they sit there knowing they not these people? Right. And it's like, are they laughing? Is it a joke? Do they really think they're these people? I mean, what is going on, man? Okay, so they got a video. We have an important correction to make, Fox Business host Maria said at the conclusion of her show Wednesday. It appears we have been punked. She believes she was interviewing Dennis Organ, the president of and CEO of Smithfield Foods, the proclaimed world's largest pork producer. In fact, she had been interviewing Matt Johnson, press coordinator for animal rights group Direct Action Everywhere, for 6 minutes. The embarrassment is hardly the first time she has made headlines for head-scratching behavior on her show. Wow. They said The repeated mistakes and false information by her suggest a lack of editorial standards and basic fact checking.
Yeah.
You would think
Basic fact checking.
You would think. Now, right here on our show, I said something, we researched it, found out it was false. Right then and there, within 10 minutes,
Yeah.
you knew. You got people making six figures. Can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They interview whole imposters. Like, I thought you was him.
Right.
Like, how did we make that mistake? Her producer should have something. Those people should have something to do with it too. Like, man, I got people. You pay people for this kind of. I'm just on air talent. You know what I'm saying? No, man, because they got degrees and all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't just pick them off. They can't just walk in like I did and just, you know what I'm saying, be on Fox and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got to have. You got to either be a huge talent to draw in viewers or know what the hell you doing. You know what I mean? And she's on business news. Now, back to the RV 1 second. They said it was playing a song before it blew off downtown.
What?
I should play that this morning. Downtown, Petula Clark. Downtown. That's what it was playing. Yep. Before it blew up. That's the word.
So.
How they knew that, I don't know.
Well, okay. So the story for the downtown bomber in Nashville was that the officer was called to the scene for a shots fired call. Okay?
Okay.
So they showed up on site to look for a shooter to find an RV that looked suspiciously parked. But according to them, something happened where they looked at the RV and they're like, no, we need to clear the area right now. So I wonder if while they were looking at it, they saw that it was loaded with bomb stuff or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So they started to evacuate the area. So they had a half-hour jump on the bomb before it went off.
Conveniently.
Okay? So supposedly, but see, this is what I don't get. If dude blew himself up in the RV, don't you think they would have saw dude in the RV?
Right. I mean, did he stay in there and not come out? There's a lot of holes. You know, as a matter of fact, let me see if it states that. I found another story. Well, I had one. My phone is acting crazy, y'all. I cleared it out, but I don't know what the hell is going on. But that was okay. Okay, RV that exploded in Nashville broadcast a message of warning. A message warning of imminent blast. That's what they're saying. So let me get it up, y'all. This is from the Washington Post. It says here, hours after a recreational vehicle exploded in downtown Nashville on Christmas morning, law enforcement officials still without a suspect. This was before. They've got the suspect. Surveyed a devastated landscape, including more than 40 damaged buildings. Okay. On holiday, I'm trying to get to the part where it says there was the music was playing. Called it the deliberate bomb. Okay. Man, they buried it, man. Okay, here we go. Then came a bizarre recorded. They literally buried that, man. That's the headline. Then they buried it. But then came a bizarre recorded warning from a loudspeaker on the RV. Police and residents said it was a computerized message of evacuate now. This vehicle has a bomb and will explode. said Betsy Williams, who lives in a building adjacent to the blast site. So, it's a lot of conflicting stories. Because if they got called there for that, then maybe that's true. They got called, okay, here it is. Officers responded to the area about 6 a.m. local time after receiving a report of gunfire on 2nd Avenue North. When they arrived, they didn't see any immediate evidence of gunshots, but encountered a suspicious RV parked near an AT&T transmission building, heard the broadcast message coming from the vehicle, and called the police bomb squad. So they heard the message saying it was going to explode, and that prompted them to evacuate the area. So they didn't do any bang-up police work. And I wonder who called to say there was gunfire. Was it the guy, the suspect? Did he call in?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So there's so many different versions of the story out the gate in the morning. You know what I mean? Like 6 o'clock a.m. call, because of gunshot. 6:30 explosion.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that. I think it's all tied in. He gave him time to evacuate everybody because there was a message. There was an actual message going off that there was going to be an explosion. So, I mean, I guess he took precautions, if you could say that, to whereas no one got hurt because he gave him a 30-minute jump to evacuate everybody. It was downtown.
Right.
It was downtown. It was downtown. And we got to call Nurse Kathy in a minute.
Okay.
Nurse Kathy, we're going to get you on the line in a second. And this is what we can discuss with her right here. Because they keep bringing this story up. A black doctor died from COVID-19. We talked about this last week.
Okay.
After she posted a video from her hospital bed saying that she wasn't getting adequate treatment and shit like that.
Right.
Now, I'm going to keep it real with you. I believe a doctor. It got to be something to be a doctor. Let me see. I'm going to have her call in. You call us. To be a doctor and to know that you're not getting the right treatment. You know what I'm saying? And I can see them kind of getting an attitude about that. She thinks she knows everything, and you know what I mean? And, she's telling us what to do, because who knows? Maybe she wasn't, she anything like my mama. I'm sorry. But with them people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Woo! No, our mothers could be something else. You know what I'm saying? With these nurses and all that. Yeah. So maybe she wasn't like, excuse me, this. Maybe she was more like, y'all ain't doing this, and they was like, you know what? Still, that ain't right.
Right.
No matter what, it is not right. I feel like I always said, as a business, if I was to open a daycare, a school, a hospital, I want to hire people that's like to do their jobs, to where something like that. I can remember I had a physical therapist, and she was teaching me how to walk on the crutches. I had an injury that required me to be on crutches for an extended time. So she was showing me how to walk on them. And I didn't want to do it. First, she was coming too early, and it was hard. I didn't want to do it. This like some type of Lifetime movie shit. I didn't want to do the shit. So no matter, I figured I'm going to antagonize this woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to run her off, make her say, fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying? This, that. that woman would not budge. I could be like, ugh, I don't feel like doing this shit. And she'll be like, okay, but if we just pick up the crutches. And she just, nothing I said got to this fucking woman. You know what I'm saying? To where, before you know it, I was just doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to get rid of her. You know what I'm saying? Because she wasn't going to go anywhere. And she was just as calm. Now, she probably left and went in the locker room and said, goddamn punk ass mother. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to Mark Phillips.
But right then, shout out to Mark. But right then, she didn't. And I respected her. I went to another people, bartenders. You never think about, they take a lot of shit, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You never think of that, but they take a lot of shit. And I went in and I was giving one shit, and I was purposely trying to draw her out of her shit because she was just being too cool. And so I was on some drunk bullshit. Okay. It started, it wasn't just for nothing. It started, it was a bullshit reason, but it wasn't for nothing. I asked her if we could put on some shows in her spot. She said, where? She just tried to call us. She said, where? Because this was, if y'all remember T's Everglades, before it got remodeled, there was literally nowhere to do the shit I was asking for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it really wasn't. So she's like, where? There's no room, this, that. And so I got on some bullshit, got on some drunk shit, broke shit. You know, I was broke. You know, I was broke. People, leave them alone. Leave drunk, broke people alone. Just walk away from them. Agree with them and walk away from them because some of them want to be on bullshit. That was their goal, you know what I'm saying? So as much as I said to this woman, she was just the pillar of coolness, just to where I just stopped. We ended up getting cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, I ain't never seen nobody stay that motherfucking cool. Like, the shit I'm saying was designed for you to jump over the bar and choke me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying shit that's like bullshit. You know, I ain't called her a bitch, but I'm still being very disrespectful, though. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to call people bitches and hoes to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm being very to the point, and I was just like, you know what? My bad. You know, I'm like, even in my drunkenness, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, wow, she just will not go. And then we became cool as hell after, you know what I'm saying, after that. And I was just like, and I told her, like, you know, you just wouldn't go. And she was like, I've been dealing with such and such. I got a lot of brothers, uncles, and you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. Those women are the coolest. The ones with a lot of brothers and shit like that. You may be intimidated because her brothers might beat you up if you do something to her. But if you can get past that, they pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Because they know how shit is. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna get me all upset. And then they'll try to wrestle your ass, too. They'll try to fight you, too. You know what I'm saying? But just to be that cool. Captain, we trying to get you on the line. We working it out. Let me see. Oh, wait, is she calling me? I think she calling me. Okay. God damn it.
This says it's connected.
Okay. Let me see. Let me get her. Let me call. Okay, I'm gonna give you the number.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
I think this is it. You just. Trying to call it,
Mm-hmm. How was your holiday, El? Christmas?
You know what, man?
That's good.
It was really good. We'll talk more about it in a minute. Let's talk.
Okay. Hello? Hey, how you doing?
Hello?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
We're okay. We're okay. Now, everybody, we got Nurse Kathy on the line. I should have brought my tablet so I could be sharing. I need to look at this story right quick. First, how you doing? How was your Christmas?
It was good. You know, it's all about BJ, so he was happy.
Oh, okay. He down there with you?
Yeah, you know, Brandon moved down here about a month ago.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, you know, everybody tired of Milwaukee.
Yeah, I know it. Right. That's what I say. Yeah. We building, but eventually the goal is to get up out of here. You know, but what was I about to say now? Have you heard about this story? Exactly. Have you heard about this story? I know you have. The black doctor that died from COVID after she posted the video from her hospital bed.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
And I've experienced that too, like being in the hospital. That's why sometimes I have to flex my credentials when I'm in the hospital. You know, I don't like to do it at first,
right?
Because I really like for them to do their job and not put on the show,
right?
But you know, even I've had to get my counterpart straight when we get patients of color, because they treat them all like they're drug seeking, or you know, like their pain is, or like they're faking, and I'm like, they're just as sick as everybody else.
Right.
The statistics, it's more of the non-members that are addicted to stuff versus us.
Right.
I mean, we have our own struggle. That's not one.
Right. And you know what? There is so much truth to what you're saying, because I've been through it. And I said that, and I made a fuss about it when I was in prison. And prison is really like that, because you can say you got a backache, and the white dude can say he got a backache, and he'll come back with the Oxycontin and all that stuff. And then you can go and you'll come back with naproxen. You know what I'm saying? Every time.
Exactly.
Like, and even on the outs, I went through that with a doctor, and I had to set her straight. And, you know, I had to let her know I had a little sense in my head. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you say, they think we all one way, especially when you get to Obamacare. They figure you don't know shit, and you don't know nothing. Right. And I'm like, no, that ain't the case. So I had to set her straight on some stuff. But it's like I'll draw to what you said when you said we drug seeking. That's what it is. We just trying to get high, and you know what I'm saying. And it's like, man, listen, like you say, we gonna go to the street drugs before we try to get high that way. You know what I'm saying? We'll go get some weed, some crack, shit like that, some X, and or something like that. We'll go. That's our getting high one. I have never experienced people getting high off prescription medication. Like as a kid,
right?
When we was kids, think about it. I don't know if it was different for me. It may have been different, but in the hood, nobody was ever like, "Hey, I got my mom's pills."
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No. But now it's that way.
Right.
Now it's that way because they've glorified the pills, popping beans and pills. You know, so.
But when I went to school in West Dallas, they was on that. But like I say, that wasn't taking pills. That wasn't my thing. We didn't do that. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Kathy.
So yeah, that's just like I went to Wisconsin Lutheran, and you know back then I was like, kids they taking pills and they don't have to.
Right.
Like what's up?
Right. That was crazy. Like the most we had was weed. My homeboy Randy used to steal his brother weed, and we used to smoke the weed. You know what I'm saying? That was doing something. It was like I say, nobody never said, "Dog, want these pills?"
Right.
Or I got these pills. You know, not in the hood. Out there, they was like Kathy say they was doing that, but. I mean, I wasn't on that, man. I wasn't taking no. My mama killed me, man. I take these pills. You know, something happened to me. Well, she beat the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I can't do that.
Like, I had went to the hospital because I had to get my tonsils out a couple years ago. And I kept saying, like, my throat hurts, this, that, and the other. And they was acting like I was drug seeking. And I was like, I can't swallow anything. So whatever you give me, you have to give it to me through my IV.
Right.
And so I was like, I know enough dope boys. I don't need y'all dope. I'm just
Right,
saying,
right.
I'm insane.
Right. Like, man, ain't nobody trying to. If y'all don't fix me, and that's what I be saying. Look, listen, it took me everything to come to this damn hospital. Because we ain't just, black men, we just don't go to the, you know what I'm saying? Men, period. You know what I'm saying? Just like, it took me everything. I had to be in extreme pain to come to this motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to give me something. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to start saying something. Because they'll try it with you, and they hate when you start asking questions. That's when you start getting on their nerves and shit. You know what I'm saying? You start asking shit that you supposed to ask. Like, how many millimeters is that again? What you know about millimeters? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? Here we go. You gonna tell me how to do my job? You know what I'm saying? And it's like shit. Sometimes, man, people got to.
Yeah.
And when it come to us, they never believe that. It's just something we crying. You know, we always this and that. When you come from always getting the best, you know what I mean? You have to look at remember there was once a division in this country. It was once divided, especially in the South, to where there were white hospitals, black hospitals, white doctors, black doctors, you know what I'm saying? The white folks didn't want black doctors working on them, and then you had old black folks don't want black doctors working on them.
But not even just as far as patients. I mean, as far as being a patient, even patients view people the same way, even white and black patients, because I've had patients like, I don't want that black nurse. I'm like, why?
Right.
Or I'll go in a room with a patient and they'd be like, oh, I want to see the charge nurse. I'll be like, okay. And I'll walk out and come back in like, what do you need?
Mess them up, right? And and I can imagine you down in Florida. I always tell people, y'all think of Florida, y'all think of these beaches and South Beach. Y'all forget that is the Clan County country.
Well, actually, these experiences happen in Milwaukee. You know, since I've been in Florida, I don't deal with patients, period. But it's just a mess. Oh, and I have an update for you guys for the COVID vaccine.
Okay.
So all of those. So, I'm not going to get it because you're not going to piss on me and tell me it's rain.
Right.
So one of the patients that I vaccinated has tested positive for COVID and is not vaccine related. So that means this new strand of COVID, you're not going to be vaccinated against.
Oh, and see, we told them it was a whole new strain that came from the UK. They done made up a whole new mixture. You know what I'm saying? To
Man,
try to
I hate
get
our
everybody.
government.
Yeah.
I hate them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah. I mean, and so you say they can't even you can't be vaccinated. They don't have a vaccination for the new strain.
I'm not gonna say that, but I am going to say that my patient tested positive and he was vaccinated when we started vaccination.
So now he tested positive for the new strand or first strand?
We don't know what strand it is, but the fact that the vaccine was supposed to vaccinate you from the strand that was out,
okay,
and now he's positive, that means he must have this new strand that they said was highly contagious and more dangerous.
Wow, how the hell?
That's what I'm saying, man. That's crazy.
How did he get the new strand? What is he doing?
Where was he?
Was it in the vaccination?
They can't say HEPA
Hey,
laws.
but was it in the? I know I ain't asking her to tell. I know she can't tell me, but I'm just like, where just.
Well, all I'm gonna say is he hasn't left the hospital. So all I can say is if he hasn't left the hospital and the only people coming into the hospital, we're not accepting visitors or anything. So the only people coming in the hospital are the people that work at the hospital.
It's in the vaccine.
Wow, that's what I'm saying. It's in the vaccine.
It's in the vaccine.
Like they give you the flu.
That damn shot. Sorry.
Like, don't they give you the flu? Ain't the flu in the flu vaccine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of.
So what they did is they created a new strand of this virus. And they're like, let's just put it in there and see if it kills the other one. Well, yeah, you still got COVID, dumbass.
Wow. Right. They just gave it to you because I took out of all my years of living, 1 year, I decided to take the flu shot.
Yeah.
And I got sick as shit.
Yep.
And I was just like, the fuck, right? So I'm knowing that they put the flu in it, afterwards, because I'm like, why the fuck am I so sick? These people that made me sick. So now automatically when I think vaccine, I think that they giving you the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a syringe full of COVID.
Basically.
Wow, man.
So yeah, he's a little confused because I told him, he was positive, and he's just basically like, how is that possible? I'm like, well, your guess is good as mine. Either you were positive before you got vaccinated, but since we test you guys twice a week, I don't think that was possible. Or you contracted it afterwards, and being that you have not been anywhere, I don't know.
Right.
Wow. See, that was a good update. I'm glad you told us that. Yeah, I ain't taking it. They ain't kicking my ass.
It's crazy.
I don't want nothing they got to give me anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I want to ask a quick question. I was watching the Vice channel the other day, and they said that there's a second strand of polio that's going around right now. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't heard a lot about it. I did hear something about it, though. It's just that all of those old diseases are resurfacing, and it's just crazy. And then a lot of it has to do with people not wanting to be vaccinated, and then it has to do with a lot of people coming in from other countries, too.
Gotcha.
Wow, yeah, they coming in, and then Trump was trying to stop people from the UK from coming over here, and people were saying something about it, and I'm like, nah, I'm with him on this one. They got a whole nother strain of that shit. I'm with him on this one.
Right.
He got my full support on that one. I'm sorry.
Alrighty.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah, it's crazy because when I just got those lab results, I'm like, wait a minute, he's one of the ones I vaccinated. Yeah, so he's totally like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Well, we appreciate the update.
Yes, thank you, Kathy.
Yes.
Always a pleasure. We're gonna call you Wednesday. Is Wednesday okay?
Yeah, anytime around this time is good for me because I'm usually done with my morning reports and stuff. But yeah, definitely getting back to racial disparity. That's why any of my relatives or whatever, when they go to the hospital and I come in there and I get to asking them medical questions, I know they flag they chart like, we better answer the questions before she come in here because she is not playing no games.
Right. I heard that. Well,
That's
thank you, Kathy. You have a nice day. We'll see you.
Have a good holiday.
You too.
All right. Yes. Have a
You
good
too.
holiday. All right. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, y'all. We're going to get over on to the FM side. Y'all come on over if you're on the radio dial 102.5. Well, you're already there then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't, you want to watch the show and the videos, go to 1025mke.com. I will be there. Me and DJ Eleazar. We go kick it off. So, I guess it's about that time. We can talk about this Breonna Taylor stuff too.
Definitely. So you make sure you guys head over to 1025 right now for the FM side of it so we can go live over there. We're going to end